Hey there, it is Jen, and I am so excited to be here tonight. Happy new moon in Scorpio, which the way I think of the new moon in Scorpio is that it is an opportunity to dig really, really deep and to deal with our stuff, to pull out the difficult things by the roots, and to plant better seeds. So, I'm Jen from empathicmastery.com and from this Facebook page, Jennifer Moore, Empathic Mastery. And I wanted to announce something that I am super, super excited about and that hopefully you guys can enjoy. I'm just going to hit the share button right now. So bear with me. Oh, I don't want to send that to a story. I want you guys to see it. Okay. Dead air. And so, how are you all doing tonight with this full moon? Not full moon, I'm sorry, with this new moon in Scorpio. Are you guys feeling the power of this? What are the things that so the way I like to look at new moons is that new moons are the time for planting seeds and getting new things started, but it's also the time to clear away the debris, clear away the stuff that is no longer serving us, and to let ourselves start something, like start fresh things. I really like to think of the new moon as the time for clearing the old stuff and planting the seeds for the new stuff. And Scorpio, as you guys know, is a pretty intense sign. It really gives us that opportunity to look at what's underneath the hood, the shadows, the stuff that is unconscious, the stuff that we may not necessarily be super aware of, and how it is affecting us. So I am so incredibly excited to be here tonight because I have some really exciting news. But first, I've got kind of a story to share with you. So my story is that back when I was a young whippersnapper, although I didn't think of myself as a young whippersnapper, at the time I was in art school, and I thought I was like fatally hip, terminally cool, and excessively jaded. And I thought I knew everything. But I definitely had a part of me that was pretty insecure and had fairly low self-esteem. So way back, it was Valentine's Day, or it was coming up on Valentine's Day, and my roommate and I, but mostly me, decided to throw a Valentine's Day party. And I had never thrown a big party in my life. And what I experienced as I was getting ready to throw the party, I made this beautiful, I was in art school, so I made this beautiful flyer that sort of looked like an image of like Louise Brooks, that like old silent movie star, with like this heart. And I called the party, it's a heartbreak party. And basically, I passed out flyers to a whole ton of people. But while I was doing this, the entire time that I was passing out flyers and I was saying, and I was getting ready, I was having this experience where I was thinking, oh my God, nobody's going to come to my party. Like, what if I throw a party and nobody comes? And the long story short is that I threw the party and basically all kinds of people showed up. It was super crowded. Like we had a two-bedroom apartment that was barely a two-bedroom apartment, and it was like just busting at the seams. Like people were pouring out over the road. People were absolutely everywhere. And it's a miracle that the cops didn't end up coming. Like it was that kind of a party. And there was a lot of alcohol was served. I'm sure there were other kinds of substances that were served at the same time. And basically, there were a whole bunch of us that were experiencing that there was just, it was just a wild thing. Okay, so why am I telling you this story about It's a Heartbreak Party? Sorry, I'm just like playing with the top of my laptop and getting confused here. So bear with me. I'm also just realizing like Can you guys, would somebody who's actually watching this just give me a thumbs up that you can hear me? Awesome. Thank you. I'm always like, oh, God, I hope this is working the way that I want it to be working. So I came here to let you guys know two things. So first off, as you can see right here, there is a URL that says Empathic. Hey, Eve, and hey, Karen. So good to see you guys. So as you can see, there is a URL right down here that says empathicmastery.com/Facebook group. And so the point of my story was that basically I threw this party. I was terrified that nobody was going to come, and a whole ton of people came. But what's funny about this, hey Ava, so Ava, you give me, is it like an Eva? You can let me know, like, which is the better pronunciation. I've got a friend who's, I've heard it pronounced both ways, with be either Ava with an A or an E. Anyway, enough of that. So I basically have been carrying around this story for my entire life that if I throw a party, like, it's going to be crickets, like it's going to be kind of like, meh, meh. And so I notice that even to this day, I tend to hesitate on doing things like throwing parties because I'm always like, well, what if I throw a party and nobody comes? Now, the irony of this is that the reality of my experience has consistently been that when I throw a party, people do actually show up. But for some reason, there is still this, like, I don't know, like awkward adolescent, actually, I would even say like third grader inside of me who is always like, oh my God, nobody's going to come to my party. And I kind of do this thing where I avoid things because I'm afraid of getting disappointed. So it's sort of like, now, as if you guys have been in my world, and especially, I mean, here are two books that one book that I wrote myself, one book, these Complete Guide to Self-Care, that I wrote a chapter for. I've already written two books, or written one book and a chapter for a book, and I've got another book coming out in a couple weeks in December. Hey there, Patricia, welcome, and Lorraine, welcome. So, there's places in my life. I was a tattooer for 20 years. Like, there's a lot of places in my life where I boldly go where no man has gone before, and where I really do have the guts to just feel the fear, do it anyway. But when it comes to throwing parties in particular, there's always been this little part of me that gets like, I don't know if I should do it because maybe nobody will come. So the version of this story, or the reason I'm sharing this story with you guys, is because I have been holding off on doing a free Facebook group for my empathic people for years now, other than like pop-up groups in places where we've done sort of like very specific, very deliberate work on a project for a short period of time. But I've been holding off on doing this because I realize that there is this like adolescent part of me and this, like, I don't know, 19-year-old girl part of me or 20-year-old girl part of me that is like, what if I throw a party and nobody comes? And that part of me has been basically pulling the emergency brake on setting up a Facebook group where people can come and get support and hang out and be with me and be with some of my students who've been working with me for a number of years now and have an opportunity to really dive deep and dig in. Now, I'll be honest, this is a free Facebook group, so this is a place where we get to sort of do some of the work, but for the really, really deep work, that's where the Empathic Mastery Academy is. That's where doing EFT trainings with me, and then if you decide to go on and become an EFT practitioner, that you want to do that, where my year-long mentoring program is to really support people, hold people to become what they really want to be. But I wanted to create a space where you guys could come, because I've been hearing this request from a number of my people, a number of the people that I work with one-on-one, where they're like, I really wish there was a place where I could meet more empaths, where I could connect. And what I'll say is that certainly there's no lack of empath groups in Facebook and in the internet world. There's no lack of spiritual groups in the internet world. But what I will say is that, I don't know about you, but I have definitely seen a lot of cray in some of those places. I've definitely seen a lot of boundarylessness. I've seen a lot of, just kind of like weird stuff going on because, and like just differences of opinion, all kinds of different things. And so what I wanted to do was create a space that was a really safe container, that was a really boundaried container, where the purpose and the focus of the work is about how do we as highly sensitive, empathic people really give ourselves permission to shine, but also take responsibility for the places where we may be shooting ourselves in the foot. So this is my official, exciting news announcing to all of you guys that the group is now open. You are very, very, very welcome to come and join me if you would like to be part of a community of people who are really committed to being responsible empaths, who are really committed to taking their gifts and using them to make a difference in the world. So where is it? So Terry, I'm going to drop the link right here. It's like I didn't even tell you to do that, and you just like responded on cue. So thank you so much. So I'm just going to drop the link in the comment, and you guys can click there. And there's just a couple questions that you can answer for me about, what you are hoping for. Let me know if somebody could give me, good. Just went through. It took a second for it to land. So anyway, if you just click on the link, empathicmastery.com/Facebook group, that will take you directly to the group. You can answer a couple questions. Check out the rules. Just read what the terms are. There's a couple things in there. One of them is basically that we don't, it's a other than me, because this is my thing, and I am running a business, and it is a place where I'm going to be offering a lot of free master classes, where I'm going to be offering a lot of resources and support. And I also will be telling you about things that you can pay me for. So so just to be completely upfront with you, but it is not a place where there is no room for post and freebies, for sharing your own links. It is not a place for commerce. It is a place for all of us who want to do the work on empathic mastery, who want to dig into the 5 steps, who want to really take responsibility for being highly sensitive and empathic and living it in a completely new way, so that we are part of the solution, not amplifying the problems that are going on in the world. And so I want you to, when you go there, please check out the questions and also check out the rules. And if it feels like a good fit for you, you are so incredibly welcome to join me. So let's see. At this point in time, we got a number of people who are here and who are watching. Hey there, Lisa. So good to see you. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Lisa is my awesome, awesome assistant. And Lisa is the person responsible for getting this whole Facebook Live going, because this is the November Visibility Magic Challenge, where a bunch of us are jumping on and talking on Facebook Lives, or some people will probably be doing it on Instagram and a whole bunch of different places, and just having a chance to check in and chat. So for the next month, I'm going to be here basically every Thursday at 7:30 p.m. I will be dropping in on my Facebook page to check in with you guys, probably let you know about the Facebook group, sharing a lot of tools and support, and also letting you know about a masterclass that is going to be coming up in a couple weeks that is going to be all about navigating and not taking on everybody else's stuff. It's going to basically, the masterclass is all about how to be unflappable when you got people who are trying to push your buttons, when you got people who are definitely difficult, and there is a method to my madness. I definitely deliberately scheduled it right before Thanksgiving because I don't know about you, but there is nothing quite like family to bring out the places where you haven't finished the work. So that will be coming up in a couple weeks, and if you guys stay tuned, especially if you join the group, that's where you will be able to get all kinds of amazing information. Alrighty, so that's my incredibly exciting news. And if you just scroll through the comments, you can see empathicmastery.com/Facebook group or FB group. You know, I didn't write out the whole word Facebook, but that's where you can find it. And hey, Lisa, would you be willing to actually grab the link for the group and actually drop it in to the comments as well? Okay, so you guys, now at this point in time, I promised a giveaway. And what I am going to be giving away are ebooks. I'm going to be giving away a few copies of Empathic Mastery. Or if you already have a copy and you want to have a copy of the Wellness Universe Guide to Complete Self-Care, it's got 25 tools for stress relief. Anna Pereira is my dear friend and the person who spearheaded this entire book. If you look, you can see my name, Reverend Jennifer Moore, is in there. So I wrote one of the chapters. And this is, hey Faye, so good to see you. This is a book with 25 different tools from 25 different healers and coaches and people who are just doing amazing work in the world. And it's all about managing our stress. It's all about navigating it. And my chapter, because, hey, my whole thing is working with highly sensitive empathic people. And that is, so my chapter, which is chapter 3, is Tapping for Turbulent Times. Release empathic distress with emotional freedom techniques. And it is all about, hey, Vanessa, so good to see you. And awesome. Oh, and in case, Lisa, you know, this backdrop that is behind me is actually bindi rug. I think they're called bindi, but they're the Indian rag rugs. We are in my recording booth right now. This is where the magic happens. This is where the entire Empathic Mastery audiobook was recorded. And one of the things that is going to be coming out and coming soon is the audiobook. But right now it is in the hands of the very skilled. Yes, it is cotton. Right now it is in the hands of my sound engine, my sound editor, and she is just whipping the whole thing into shape. She's getting rid of all of the places where I make really weird sighs and where like I pause for a minute or two and just do all kinds of stuff. She is just taking it and massaging it into perfection. And so the audiobook will be coming out sometime in the next few months. I'm not sure whether it's going to be able to come out in time for Christmas or if it will be coming out a little bit after that, but it is coming. This is also where I record the podcasts for the Empathic Mastery Show, and you can find Empathic Mastery on Podbean. And you can listen to all kinds of episodes about navigating being highly sensitive and empathic. So, and yes, Lisa, I love this space. It's also, as you can see, there's like furry pillows all around me because I kind of have to admit I have a pillow fetish. I really, really love pillows. I'm one of those people who, like, I could collect pillows. I do collect. It's not that I could collect pillows. I do collect pillows, and I have pillows everywhere. I love pillows. Pillows are they're just one of those lovely things that makes life just a little bit sweeter and a little bit easier. So just really enjoyable. So with all of y'all here right now, what I wanted to do was actually do a drawing and I was going to give out 3 copies of the book. or the books, like you get to choose. Do you want to have a copy of the Complete Guide to Self-Care, or would you like to have a copy of Empathic Mastery? Now, Empathic Mastery, this beast of a book right here, and these are e-copies, so I will be sending them to you digitally. And if you are in Europe, I have the means for sending you Empathic Mastery. I don't have the means for sending you the Complete Guide to Self-Care if you are in Europe, but I do have the means for sending you a copy of this, of Empathic Mastery, if you are in Europe. And you don't have to use, if you already own a copy of Empathic Mastery, but you love the book and you want to share it with other people, then you could take this and you could give it as a gift to somebody. You don't have to tell them that you want it in you want it in a giveaway. You could just say, hey, I thought you might really love this book. And you could even give it as a holiday present. So this is a 380-page book that is my heart and soul. I poured everything into this. This is basically my journey, and teaches you the 5-step system to go from emotional hot mess, which is what I was, to thriving success. And it's all about navigating what it's like to be highly sensitive and empathic. Part 1 talks all about what it means to be an empath, why we are the way we are, what the ramifications of this are for us. And then part 2 is talking about how to navigate this and breaks down the 5-step system, which is recognize. The first step we got to have is what's mine, what's not mine, and knowing when we're carrying around other people's stuff. Release, letting go of other people's stuff. Then protect, which has to do with setting strategic and energetic boundaries so that we're not taking on all the stuff, we're not continuing to absorb things. Then connect, because the universe abhors a vacuum. And so if we release but we don't replenish and refill with something positive, then what happens is we will actually just have space that negativity is going to come back into. So connect is all about connecting to divine source, connecting to a power greater than ourselves, connecting to something positive that replaces that negativity that we have gotten, that we have released. And then finally, act is the 5th step, which has to do with really making our choices and living our life in a really different way. And so these are the 5 principles of Empathic Mastery, and that's what this is all about, and that's what the Facebook group over there, I'm always like, how do I move my finger when I'm in a mirror thing? So over there, that's what this Facebook group is all about, is a place to get support, to connect, to be around other empaths who are really deeply committed to doing the work. So I figured I would give away 3 books, and you guys can tell me, like you can PM me and you can tell me what you would like. So I am just ripping up some paper so that I can write down some names. And if all of you guys who are interested in participating would just send me, or actually just write a, just either actually I need you to write a comment so I can see it, so I can see who you guys are. So if you could just write me or yes please in the comments, that would be awesome. And I'm just going to write down your names, and then I will let you know who are the winners. Okay. Oh, good, Stevie Lynn. I'm so glad it's on your bedside table now. Yay. So, and you guys, I am writing. I thought I brought down my purple pen, but I didn't. And I am writing in, so I'm writing with a yellow Sharpie marker, and I can't see. So but I do know what if in the light I can actually see it. Awesome. Okay. Oh, good, Lorraine. Yay. Anybody else? And Stevie Lynn, do you want to be part of it? I know that you've got the copy of the book, but if you are in the drawing, you could certainly get a copy of the other book. I'm just going to throw Stevie Lynn in there anyway. Oh, good. Oh, you'd love to give to a fellow empath. Perfect. Yes. Oh, hey there, Melissa. Thank you so much. I just got out of the shower and I actually put on mascara. Wonderful. Oh, good. We've had a couple new people join. So, you guys. So, Melissa, if you are just new here or just on, I am right now. I'm taking basically asking you guys to say yes, please, for a book drawing because I'm doing a giveaway. And you guys get to choose whether you want a copy of an ebook copy of Empathic Mastery, which is my Bible on how to navigate being highly sensitive and empathic, or if you would like a copy of the Wellness Universe's Complete Guide to Self-Care that I have a chapter on. It's 25 tools for stress relief. So, awesome. Great. And Melissa? Wonderful. Okay, so I think I've got everybody written down right now. Let me just be sure. Go over it. Okay, I've got Eve. I've got Vanessa. I've got Faye. I've got Lorraine. I've got Melissa. I've got Stevie. And then I've got another name that I dropped on the floor. Oh, actually, I dropped it onto my foot. Okay. Patricia. Alrighty. So, is there anybody else here who I haven't gotten who wants to be part of the drawing? You guys just have to say yes, please, or just comment in the chat. And I'm giving away 3 copies. You guys get to decide. All righty. And, oh, wonderful, Terry. Okay, Terry, let me write your name down too. Awesome. And if you guys are just coming in, if you're new to, if you didn't jump on, if you are just jumping on, this Facebook Live is to announce my super exciting thing, which is that I just opened up the Facebook group. I have a free Facebook group for support for highly sensitive empathic people. And if you go to empathicmastery.com/FB group, you can get to it. And that it is a place where we get to do the deep work, where it's a place to be supported as a highly sensitive empathic person who wants to be a responsible empath and to be part of the solution as opposed to amplifying all the stress, all of the pain, all of the negativity in the world that surrounds us. So, welcome, welcome, welcome. And if you go back to the beginning, if you want to hear my story about my Valentine's Day party and sort of basically, I've had a lifelong fear that if I throw a party, nobody will come. But every single time I throw a party, people do come, except that I still have this funny little resistance to it. So, I'm just going to play with the cards here. I'm just shuffling up the pieces of paper. Last call for anybody who wants to get in on the on the giveaway. You just have to, yeah, same. Oh, Lisa, with the party fear, no wonder. Well, and interestingly, I was just thinking about like it's like I wonder if there's a Virgo quality or something about Virgo energy with that party fear. Even though I'm a Capricorn, I've got Virgo rising, and it's just kind of I don't know. I'm just thinking I wonder if there's any kind of Virgo quick thing about that. Like just I mean certainly perfectionism is a major. Half the time you hope they don't come. Stevie Lynn, I totally hear you. I think actually now that I'm an adult, I am like so much, I own my introvert a lot more. When I was younger, I think I thought I was an extrovert. I am an introvert who plays an extrovert on TV. And there's actually a term for people like what I think I am, which is an ambivert, where it's like I'm not exactly your classic introvert, but I am absolutely not an extrovert. And so it's like basically an ambivert is somebody who kind of tends to be in the middle. And actually, in terms of Ava, the book itself, the hard copy is $17.97, and you can get that over on Amazon. And it is empathicmasterybook.com will lead you there. So, and yes, I totally hear you. And also, the audiobook, if you're somebody who likes to listen to books, will be coming out soon. I don't know exactly when because it's out of my control. I am not the person who is right now. Right now it is in the hands of the editor. And so I'm just surrendering. Capricorn sun surrendering, which if you guys are Capricorns, you understand what a big deal that is. Like, yeah, like Capricorn and control. Like if you look up in the dictionary or if you looked in at the source, the word Capricorn, you would find control is one of the words that describes us. Excellent. Thank you, Lisa, for sharing the link for that. Awesome. Okay. So, and Ava, oh yeah, you were saying you're not a fan for ebooks. So, but Ava, if you have somebody who is a fan for ebooks and you want to gift it, that's always an option. Anybody else? I'm going to go for last call. Yes, awesome. Okay. Woohoo! You guys excited? I'm excited. Now, I don't know if you guys can hear my husband drumming upstairs, but we kind of have drum roll please going on upstairs. Hopefully you can't hear it because we're in a sound booth. Like, it would sort of defeat the purpose of being in a sound booth if you can hear him drumming. But I'm married to a drummer, which for somebody who's highly sensitive, and particularly I'm very sound sensitive, I've been married to a drummer for like over 20 years. Dude. Alrighty, so I'm just going to lay these out, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to mix them up a little bit more, and I'm just going to pull the winners. Okay, so the first winner of a copy of the book is Eve. Eve, congratulations. You won a copy of the book. Eve, you can send me, actually, send me a PM to my personal profile, and I will, and we can decide. I'll get the details off to you, and yeah. Anyway, send me a PM, and if I don't hear from you, then I will follow up with the comments a little bit later. Yay. Yes, those drummers. Yeah, and he's not my first drummer either. I actually used to drum myself, but I'm not a kit drummer, I'm a hand drummer. And I was part of the drumming ensemble for many years. And really, love the rhythm. Okay, so next winner. You guys, this is so fun. I don't know whether it's that. So another thing, I don't know that some of you guys know about me, but I'm not sure if everybody knows about this. is not sure if everybody knows about this, but that I was born on Christmas Day. So I love giving presents as much, if not more, than receiving presents. I actually really, really, really love to give out presents. And actually, Lorraine, it was Eve. We have an Eva and an Eve here tonight. So Eve won. Who knows? Maybe Eva will win too. Okay, so I'm just closing my eyes. And we're going to pull another winner. Ah! You guys were magicking this because guess who won? Eva. Okay, so Eve and Eva have both won. And Lisa is keeping an eye on this too. Yes, I love, love, love giving gifts. Oh my God. And it was years ago, I had a friend, like the Hobbits, they give gifts on their birthdays. And I had a friend who had a birthday party where he had a Hobbit's birthday where he did mixtapes for absolutely everybody and gave out. Yes, but now you were right, Lorraine. You predicted, you being the empathic, having the empathic superpowers you pulled that out of the hat before I even did. So that's absolutely perfect. Okay, so we've got one more, and who knows, because I absolutely love, 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 love giving gifts. We'll see. I might just say the hell with it and give another one. Terry, you are the third winner. Okay. One name just fell out of the pile. I'm just going to take that as a sign that the universe wants me to do something with it. But it fell down onto my foot again. So let's see. Ah! That would be Faye. So, guys, and Melissa, I'm so sorry that I tried. I was like, I wanted you to win because you were so excited. Okay. This is where I'm like, this is where I have a system that's all about being highly sensitive and empathic as an entrepreneur. That is an e-course that I created called Thrive. And there's 5 characteristics, and one of them is called Give It Away, Greta. And that's all about the part of us that just wants to give and give and give and give. Yeah, how did you know yours would jump out? Because you're magic, Faye. You're absolutely magic, Faye. Yay. Excellent. So I will be, if you guys please, it's okay. Yeah. Well, and it's so good. Melissa, please jump over and become part of the Facebook group. I am going to be doing master classes there. I'll probably be offering a free master class every single month. I will be this coming one is basically going to be calling it Unflappable, and it's all about not getting completely sucked into everybody else's drama. If you've ever been around my world, then you know that one of my absolute favorite, I've got 2 favorite sayings. One is the Polish proverb, "Na ma circus, na ma monkeys." Live with that one because and it's one that I have to often say, "Na ma circus, not my monkey." Oh, Terry, what a sweetheart. Terry Lynn is gifting it to Melissa. You guys, this is why I love empaths. You guys are so sweet. You guys are so kind. You are so generous. I just love that. And this is the place, like going into the Facebook group, this will be a place where it's a private Facebook group. So you guys will have the privacy of being able to share information with each other, of being able to connect with each other, and where it's sort of like, it's not like as public as a Facebook page. And just really a place where we all get to show up and support each other and love each other and hang out with each other. So please, please, please jump on over over to empathicmastery.com/FB group, or you can look up into the comments and you can find that. The other thing is, this is a group for, like, if you have a friend who is highly sensitive and empathic, if you know other people who are struggling with picking up all the stuff, taking on all the feels and everything like that, please let them know about the group and invite them to join us too, because the more the merrier. I cannot wait for you guys to be part of it. I've got a welcome thing, and I've also got a question that's up there that I would love for you guys to answer. And there's going to be content, things to engage with. There will be more drawings. There will be more opportunities to win copies of the book. There will be opportunities, and in there will also be like some opportunities sometimes to like win e-courses, to win guided meditations, to win all kinds of wonderful things. And Melissa, I want to, I know that for a lot of us who are highly sensitive and empathic, maybe you can relate to this, maybe you can't, but I know for a lot of us as highly sensitive and empathic people, it's a lot easier for us to give than it is for us to receive. So I invite you to really think about accepting this gift, because, and especially if you are noticing that you struggle with, like, if money is an issue for you, the ability to receive even the smallest gift is such a big deal. And I've got a story about this that my friend Britt, it involves my friend Britt, but she's told it publicly enough times that I can share this story with you guys. So years ago, I was tattooing my friend Britt, and we were having a conversation. And at the time, she was going through the dating cycle, and she was looking to be in a relationship with somebody. So she was sort of like going on a bunch of dates. And we were having this conversation, and I was working on a full sleeve on her entire right arm that was all about abundance and welcoming prosperity and sovereignty and blessings into her life, and like just turning her life magic. And as we were having this conversation, we were talking about how she went on this date, and basically the check came, and she was fighting with the guy to pay it. So instead of just like graciously receiving dinner from this guy, she was kind of fighting him about just paying for her dinner. So at the time, I put my tattoo machine down, I put my hand on her arm, and I said, Britt, do you understand that what we're doing is tattooing a spell on your entire arm for welcoming prosperity and abundance into your life, but you can't even accept dinner? Like there's a disconnect here. And and she got it. She was like, oh shit, you just called me out. Like you totally nailed it. This is the thing. And so I think the thing we need to look at is two pieces. One is, how are we at asking for what we need and we want? Do we hesitate? Do we hold back? Do we avoid asking for support? And, can we articulate it? Can we express it? Or do we hesitate? Do we kind of go like, oh, I'll just make do, I'll just get by? But also, when we do ask for something, like Melissa put it out to the universe and said, I really want this. Then when the universe says, okay, we'll give it to you, do we actually accept it? And so I think that for those of us who are highly sensitive and empathic, part of this is about safety and about the fact that not all things are created equal. And when we say yes to something, we need to know that it's safe. And this actually ties back into the entire purpose of this Facebook group, of the Empathic Mastery Facebook group, which is that this is a place where, because we have boundaries, because we have rules, because we have terms, there's a code of conduct. There's a way to behave and a way not to behave. It's a safe place to get support, and it's a safe place to receive information, as opposed to sometimes, as empaths, we're going to hold off on taking things in because not always is the stuff that we're taking in actually good for us. So part of it is really about giving ourselves permission to ask for what we really need, discerning if when something's offered, if it's right for us, but then really getting into the practice of receiving the goodness and the abundance that we need, that we deserve, that we are so worthy of. So, Melissa, I really invite you to accept Terry's gift, and yes, okay, so yes, Melissa. So if you go to Lisa, actually, would you please drop the link for the group again? If and also Melissa, you probably, if you scroll up, you can find it. But please, please, please come join the group. And like I said, I'm going to be doing the Unflappable Masterclass coming up in about 2 weeks for the full moon. We're going to have it on the full moon. It's going to be a masterclass all about not taking on everybody else's stuff. And just to finish what I was saying, my two favorite sayings are, not my circus, not my monkeys. Really, really, really big. I love that one. But then the other one that I really love, which is along the same lines, is your poor planning does not constitute my emergency. And let me tell you, when I was working as a tattooer, that was one that I lived by, because I would have people who would call up and be like, oh my God, like I would book out 6 to 8 months in advance. Like all the time, I was basically booked for after the first year of my, or second year of my career, I was booking out like 6 to 8 months in advance, always. And every so often I'd get these phone calls from people who did not understand the concept of having to wait, and they would be so frustrated or bummed out. They're like, but I'm in Portland this weekend. It's like, I have to do it with you now. And it's like, if you were traveling from Texas, or if you were traveling from, Rhode Island, or you were traveling from some other place, it didn't occur to you to pick up the phone. Like, you planned to come here to get a tattoo from me, but it didn't occur to you to pick up the phone and call and just check and see if I was available. And so, part of it is that whole thing of being highly sensitive and empathic. When I was younger, I would have felt so guilty. I would have bent over backwards. I probably would have even done a double shift and worked until the wee hours of the night trying to meet these people's needs. But what I discovered was it wasn't good for me. It also wasn't good for them, because the work that I did required pristine concentration. I had to be so on top of my game. I had to have all cylinders going. And if there was even one little tiny bit of me that wasn't 100% there, I could screw something up and leave somebody with a bad tattoo for the rest of their life, or at least an extremely painful procedure to get it lasered off. So I got really comfortable with basically saying, sucks to be you, kid, but yeah, sorry, you're going to have to wait. And I really came to respect not, that basically your poor planning does not constitute my emergency. So the point of this, my two favorite sayings, are that we will be having a masterclass, and the Facebook group is the hub. It's the place. That's where you will learn a lot more about it. So please, please, please jump on over to empathicmastery.com/Facebook FB group, or you can scroll up in the comments and find the link for the group there. So, you guys, I am so excited to have had a chance to do this Facebook Live with all of you guys. Really, really delighted, really thrilled to be able to share books with all of you. And you can reach, we are friends on Facebook, PM me and we'll get the ball rolling. And if we are not, you can PM here on my Facebook page. Also, I will also follow up if I don't hear from you guys within the next, say, 24 hours. I will be back next week at 7:30. I will also be in the group and doing some cool things before then. So please, please, please come on into the group. Please, if you know other highly sensitive empathic people who could use the support, please invite them to join us. Please welcome them into this group. Please encourage them to come get the support that they need. I know that for me, this last year and a half, like 2 years, because really it's been one hell of a ride ever since the book was released, and then my dad got sick and all kinds of wild stuff has happened. Pretty much the last 2 years has been one hell of a year. It's been a doozy. It's just been a doozy. And I know that for nearly every single empath I talked to this year, this last, pretty much since since we went into lockdown, it's just been, excuse my language, it's been a frickin' shit show. Yes, I swear like a sailor. So I would love to support you guys. I am so, so, so thrilled to have you all here. Eve, so good to see you. I'm so excited to share the book. So glad you guys are all here. And I hope you have a wonderful evening. Happy new moon. I'm going to leave you with one question, and I will actually post that over in the group for everybody to answer. And that is, with this new moon in Scorpio, what is the stuff that you are pulling out by the roots? What's the old, gnarly, sticky, difficult, like no longer serving you, limiting beliefs, old stories, old patterns, just stuck crap that has been getting in your way? What are you pulling out and removing from the soil? And what seeds are you going to be replacing it with? What are you planting instead? So I really want to hear about that. Come on over to the Facebook group to let me know. And until next time, I am sending you guys so much love. I am wishing you I wish you peace. I wish you ease. And together, we are going to change this world. Together, we are going to transform it, because the world needs our light more than ever, ever before. Every single one of us is needed. You guys are so needed. So please, please, please come join the group, and I will see you very soon. Okay, that's all I got for now. Bye-bye. Oh, and Melissa, childhood memories. The good news is that EFT, Emotional Freedom Technique, is absolutely fan-frickin-tastic for dealing with difficult past events, even the really gnarly stuff that comes from our childhood or adolescence, other kinds of places and times. I cannot tell you the miracles that I've experienced and that my clients have experienced by using tapping. So it is possible to release the things that you thought you were stuck with for your entire life. It is possible to completely transform it. It's amazing. It takes time. It's not like it's a one and done kind of thing, but it is absolutely possible. So we just wanted to say there are tools that can be used that can make a huge difference and really work. Okay, I am buzzing. I am high as a kite right now from just all of the positivity and the good vibes and the amazing energy that we have shared tonight. I'm so excited to send books to all of the winners, and I can't wait to see you over in the Facebook group. And I'm sending you so much love. Okay, that's what I got. I'll see you later. Bye-bye.